My name is Nitu Pereira from OTHM Batch 16. Today I will be walking you through the basics of computing from internal architecture for computed complex global operations. Firstly, in this unit I will be discussing about the types and characteristics of hardware. So, the CPU or the central processing unit. It is considered as the brain of the computer which is responsible to execute the instruction, process it and give results based on that. The internal components of the computer helps in order to execute the given instruction. The three main components of the CPU are control unit, arithmetic and logical unit, and registers. The figure shows the flow of data and instructions and also the path of the commands. Moving on to the next, which is the functions of CPU. The functions can be summarized as fetching instructions, decoding instructions, executing instructions, performing arithmetic and logical operations done by ALU and controlling all computer activities, managing data flow and temporary storage of data. How does a computer hardware work? It is basically works as input, process and output. CPU, which is considered as the brain of the computer, executes the instructions. The RAM temporarily holds the data or information. The storage devices store the data permanently, and the motherboard of the computer communicates with all the components of the computer. Graphical processing unit shows the graphics and processings. Power supply delivers the electricity safely. Cooling system prevent from overheating, and input-output devices input the data and process the information. So how this works together is basically input devices sends the signal to the CPU. CPU stores the data and data is temporarily stored in the RAM. Then the CPU executes the instructions and graphical processing unit makes the visual. Finally, the output device displays the results. At last of the unit, we have the types of storage devices. Storage devices can be classified based on the technology you use to store and retrieve data. So, storage devices can be divided as primary memory or the main memory, store data and instruction when the CPU is currently using. Secondary memory store data permanently for a long time. So, main memory or primary memory can be divided as random access memory and read-only memory. Secondary memory can be divided as magnetic storage, optical storage, and solid-state storage. Next, I do like to discuss about data representation. Representation of data in a computer. In a computer, all the data and information is encoded in zeros and ones, which is the binary digits. These digits are known as bits. They are the basic building unit of a computer. It is the language of the computer. These patterns of bits combine to represent text, numbers, images, and data. Type of data representation can be introduced as numeric data, text data, image data, audio data, and video data. Binary system. This consists of bits and bytes. Smallest unit in a computer is bits. Bit can be either 1 or 0. 8 bits equal 1 byte. Consists of a bit pattern which is series of zeros and ones. Unit of computer memory measurement is given in the figure. Number representation. This is how the numeric values are stored in a binary language in a computer. Numbers are considered as data in a computer. The number system is categorized into 4 as binary system, octal system, decimal system, and hexadecimal system. So the bases and the digits used are given in the figure. The conversions. Decimal to binary conversion is given in the figure where every number is divided by 2 and the reminders are written. And binary to decimal conversion also explained in the figure. Text representation. It is how the letters, numbers, symbols and emojis are represented and stored in as binary values, as computers do not store characters directly. For this process, we use American Standard Code for Information Interchange, ASCII and Unicode. ASCII allows to understand and communicate with each other. Has the Unicode as A and A, capital A and simple A are two different codes. Uses 7 bits, which is 128 characters. This consists of 95 printable characters and 33 non-printable digits. Extended ASCII uses 8 bits, which is 256 characters. So Unicode. Unicode is a universal character. Represent a wide array of characters as writing system worldwide, also those not covered by ASCII. Unicode encoded formats are given, a UTF-8 and UTF-16. Examples for ASCII and Unicode are given. Video representation. A video is represented as a sequence of images with audio, so which each frame is encoded using a bit pattern to store color of a pixel in a frame. So basically video is a sequence of images in a rapid succession. File representation. File representation is a collection. File is represented by a collection of bits. These bits represent documents, images, videos, and executables. These are all files. These bits follow specific file format which is dictate how data is interpreted and displayed. JPEG for pictures, DOC docs for Word, and for Excel spreadsheet. Using encryption in representation of data. Using encryption in representation data basically means that the readable format is converted into unreadable format called ciphertext so that unauthorized parties cannot retain the information. So decryption means same key used to unscramble the ciphertext and restore it as given in the figure. How does encryption works? So the plain text in encryption it is converted into ciphertext. So an unauthorized person cannot read this. So they need a key. There are two types of keys as symmetric key encryption. It is process of using a key to encrypt and decrypt data. Asymmetric key encryption. This is also known as the public key. In here, a pair of keys are used to encrypt and decrypt. The figures clearly shows how this encryption works. Images and sounds of a computer system. Images. Images is represented in bits. We use pixels for this. A pixel is the smallest unit of a digital image or display. Image consists of lots of pixels. Each pixel is given a binary code to represent its color, the bitmap. When we put all binary codes together, it is a grid of binary data which represent color of pixel in an image. Basically 1 is white and 0 is black, but more bits represent pixels, then more colors can be represented. Image formats. This is used to saving pictures, graphics, and photos. It is important to choose the best image format as it affects the look, load, and performance of your picture on a website, social media, etc. So image formats can be divided as raster images and vector images. Sounds. Audio is represented by digital audio. Sound is recorded as a sequence of samples. Each sample encoded the amplitude of the sound wave of a specific time. Waveform audio file format which is uncompressed, high quality, large, excellent for audio work. An MP3, lossy compressed, broad compatibility, smallest file size for music download, also for the general use, and this is a popular one. OTHM, lossy compression, free, open source, and used for streaming. Data compression. Data compression. It is the process of reducing the file size of data. So basically modifying it in order to reduce the file size. So this is conducted to minimize the bandwidth during transmission, faster uploads and downloads. The type of data compression. Lossless data and lossy compression. So lossless data. Original data can be fully preserved and maintained. Non-destructive, used for text, images, etc. Lossy compression. Reduce the original size of data. It permanently removes unnecessary bits. Affect the data quality even when unimportant information is discarded. So compression. Text compression uses codes or symbols for patterns and reduces the overall size, but information is unaltered. Audio compression. It eliminates the shrinking noises, file size, but also reduces the overall quality. Image compression reduces the file size without affecting its qualities. Video compression removes unwanted images, also background noises to reduce overall size. Logic gates. Logic gate is an electronic circuit that performs logical operations based on the input and process logical outputs. It is the primary building block of all digital circuits and systems. So the operations are based on Boolean expressions. The purpose of logic gate is to perform digital functions. Combining thousands of logic gates, they construct circuits to perform these functions. The functions as logic gates wire together to add, subtract, multiply, and other circuits to do mathematical operations on binary. This is arithmetic and logical units. Data processing, interpret, manipulate, and control the data flow by microprocessors. Data storage. Logic gates are built to remember or store one or zero and form basics of RAM and other registers in a computer. Executing logical functions to receive logical outputs. For this we use OR gate, AND gate, NAND gate, and NOR gate. So OR gate. In here, when one is through, the other one is also through. The Boolean expression is showed a number of combination 1 to the power of 2. And gate. In here, if all inputs are only 1, then the output is 1. The Boolean expression is given and the combination is 1 as AB, then 2 to the power 2, same as OR gate. NOR gate. The complement of a gate is NOR gate. NOT gate. NOT gate is the complement of a gate. NOR gate is the opposite of OR gate, and NAND gate is opposite of AND gate. Final unit of this presentation is the fundamentals of computer network. Different types of computer networks. A computer network is a system that connects two or more computers or devices to transmit or share information. Some devices are connected through wires and others also wireless. The reason why we use network is to communicate, share resources, increase storage capacity and cost savings and managing the performance. The advantages and disadvantages of a computer network is advantages: easy access, centralized data management, communication, cost effective, efficiency and resource sharing. So the disadvantages, everything has a disadvantage. So the disadvantage of computer network is network failures, over dependence of central server, complexity and maintenance, unauthorized access, security risks. Types of computer networks. There are computer network as personal area network, which is a single user multiple devices. Phone, laptops. Local area network connected within a limited geographical area, so schools and offices use this type of network. Metropolitan area network spans across the city. City-wide cables TV networks. Wide area network covers very large geographical areas as countries or the entire world. Enterprise private network. Single network a large organization uses to connect its multiple office locations. Components of a computer network. The components of a computer network are hub. It is a simple device in a computer system that connects many computers to share data. Hub do not check or filter the data when one computer sends data. It passes to all the other devices. Data pocket. When data is sent to all devices, the required computer accepts it and others or reject it. So switch. Switch it is also connected to many computers and send the data to the right device. So it is different than the hub. Hub sends the data to all devices and switch only send data to the relevant device. Switch is smarter than the hub as it only sends data to required computer by reading the address. Server computer. This provides service and data to other computers in a network. Provides services as file storage, manage emails. Help multiple devices to work together smoothly. Organize and share resources. Improves network performances. The router. This links different networks and also helps computers to communicate with each other. Also chooses the easiest path to data to travel. Allows devices to use the same internet connection. Model. It links to the network to the internet and convert digital data from a computer to signals that can travel through phone, lines, and cables. When data enters from internet, it converts the digital form for devices. This is known as the modulation. When digital converts to analog, it is known as demodulation. Enables fast and reliable internet access. Cables. This is used to connect devices within a network, carry data from one computer to another, provide stable and fast connection. The main types of network cables are twisted pair cable. There are two types of shielded and unshielded, coaxial cable and fiber optics. Internet Interface Card (NIC). It is a small hardware device that helps a computer to connect to the network. It helps to send and receive data from cables or Wi-Fi. Without a NIC, a computer cannot join to the network. Hardware, software, and transmission media. Hardware. Computer hardware is a tangible and physical existing components of a computer. It is accordingly to process data and perform tasks. Different types of hardware are input devices allow user to enter data instructions. Output devices display the produced results after processing. Storage devices store data either temporarily or permanently. Internal components. Essential hardware parts inside the computer that manages, process, manage, enables to run the system efficiently. Software. It is a collection of instructions and documentation and performs different tasks on a computer system. Different types of computing software are system software and application software. System software is one who is responsible for directly interacting with hardware and also managing its internal functions as the operating system. Application software, it is basically designed to perform a specific task, as spreadsheet. Application software can't function without a system software or operating system. Transmission media. The network transmission media is basically referred to as the physical or the wireless medium which is used to transmit data in a network. It's how signals data travels from one point to another. Network transmission can be classified as guided media and unguided media. Network transmission media can be further divided. So transmission media in a computer can be divided as guided transmission media and unguided transmission media. So further the guided media again can be divided into three as twisted pair cable, crochet cable and fiber optics. And the unguided transmission media can be further divided as radio waves, microwaves and infrared waves. Guided versus unguided transmission media. Guided media. This is also known as wire media, where signals and data are transmitted through physical mediums. The main type of guided media are twisted pair cable. It can exist as shielded twisted pair cable and unshielded twisted pair cable, crochet cable, and fiber optics. Unguided media. This is also known as the wireless media. Data and signals are transmitted through electronic waves without physical cables through the air. So, as data travels through air using electromagnetic waves, these are used to install in places where cables are impossible to install. Types of unguided media can be explained as radio waves, microwave, and infrared waves. Moving on, range of World Wide Web technologies. First of all, the World Wide Web uses large range of technologies that work together to deliver websites, apps, multimedia, and interactive services through the internet. WWW or the World Wide Web uses hypertext to link documents and locate different internet sites. Hypertext, it is electronic text that contains extensive links which navigate between documents, web pages, or the same page. So, this also provides the ability to people to share and find information using links which connect to different pages. This allows to browse internet website, watch videos, online shop, and also talk to people around the world. Main components of World Wide Web. Hyperlinks. Clickable links which navigate across web easily and connect web pages and with each other. So hypertext transfer protocol. It communicates protocols which are used to transfer web pages data between browser and web page. Hypertext markup language is a standard structure to create web pages. Uniform resource locators. The unique addresses for each resource on the web page is the uniform resource locator. Web browser. This is known as the program which displays web pages. It is used to access and web content. Chrome, Firefox, Safari are examples for web browsers. Web server. It is a combination of hardware and software that stores, processes, and delivers web pages to the client. The host websites respond to requests of browsers using hypertext transfer protocol and hypertext transfer protocols here. Internet addressing system. So internet addressing systems are domain name, URL, IP address, etc. So domain name, it is a human readable address which is used to identify location of the internet. All paths are divided by periods or dots. So for example, the paths of a domain name, as the example given, www is the type of server which represents the web server. So Sam Frank is the host name and org is the top level domain. Top level domain are com, in and US, and there are lots of top level domains in the world. URL, Uniform Resource Locator. The complete address to locate a specific resource is here. It can be divided as protocol, root domain, subdomain, top level domain, subdirectory, path, and slug. The figure shows a clear explanation of the basic structure of a URL. IP, Internet Protocol Address. This is a unique numerical label assigned to every device to connect to the internet. Addressing and navigation on the world. For this, enter the URL in the browser, convert the domain name to IP address. Then the browser uses the IP address to contact to the server. Then the server receives in and respond. The browser finally display the web page. This is the navigation on the world. Protocols in WW or World Wide Web. If these protocols do not exist, then the computer would not understand other messages. Types of protocols are given below. Hypertext Transfer Protocol, protect data from eardrop and tamper. Transmission Control Panel, it is the foundation of data transmission of the computer. Internet Protocol handles routing and addressing of packets across network. File Transfer Protocol, Secure File Transfer Protocol, use transfer files between computers. Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, Internet Message Access Protocol, Post Office Protocol used for sending and receiving emails. Types of computer networks topologies. A network topology is the arrangement of the elements of a communication network in a computer. This topology shows the computer server and other devices which are connected and also the data flow. Network topologies can be categorized as physical topologies and logical topologies. Physical topologies are connected according to the physical layout showing the installed cables and devices. On the other hand, logical topologies shows the conceptual arrangement of how the data is transmitted. Topologies can be further divided as point-to-point topology, star topology, bus topology, ring topology, tree topology, and mesh topology, and hybrid topology. Purpose of different types of topologies are point-to-point topology. It is a simple form of a network topology. Point-to-point topology is direct communication between two devices as sender and the receiver. Receives a high performance by safeguarding our privacy, and security also eliminates complex routing decisions. Ring topology, it is a network where every device is connected directly to exactly two other devices, forming a continuous and a closed loop. Star topology, this enables centralized control and management. Malfunctioning of one node doesn't affect the rest. Also, network devices can be easily added to the star topology. Bus topology is a bidirectional topology. This is a type of a network topology where all devices are connected to a single communication line. Tree topology, this takes the structure of an inverted tree-like hierarchical branch. It is also known as the star bus topology as it has the elements of both a bus and a star topology. Mesh topology, it is used for wireless networks. In case of a failure of a single device, the entire system fails. Star ring hybrid topologies. These are the hybrid topologies. It is a type of topology which combines two or more different networks topologies together. So first, star ring topology is a combination of star and ring topology, and star bus hybrid topology is converted two or more topologies connected with the help of a bus topology. So there are disadvantages and advantages of hybrid topologies. The advantages are easy installation, deleting the existing node, secure, reliable, spread in large geographical areas, easy in handling large volume of traffic, speed and performance at a high level compared to the others. On the other hand, disadvantages, the model and the implantation of these are difficult. Mass number of cables and other physical devices installed is difficult. Here comes the end of my presentation where I have covered all the categories of OTHM Foundation for computing as we have been assigned. Thank you all for listening. So here, this displays all the references I have used in my presentation.